Sometimes when the fish aren't biting, there's nothing much you can do but talk and dream and express what you would like to have happen in the future. So I had that dream that one day I might be able to be involved in the formation of an institute. In the 80s, after Alvin's health problems, we had become friends, and one of the things we did was salmon fishing off the West Coast. And we did that every year. We kept talking about what the possibilities would be if we had an institute, how that could work, and how it would benefit all the citizens of Calgary and southern Alberta to have an institute that specialized in cardiovascular health and research. That was the nature of Mona. So once she got enthusiastic about the institute idea, she's the one that really convinced Alvin, not me. I made a proposal to the board of the hospital that we form a cardiac institute within the hospital. It was a strange idea at that time for any department to talk about forming an institute, and it was more complex and difficult than I ever imagined it was going to be.
20 years ago, when the Institute was first developed, it was a really unique model. It's been able to really integrate clinicians and scientists and educators and learners to achieve something that you couldn't achieve without that type of organizational structure.
There's so many fantastic people here, from the Institute directors to the volunteers, and all the people that go through the Libin Institute when they have a cardiac event, they rave about the people.
I see the miracles that we're able to do every day, and it just makes me feel so wonderful to be part of it.
Precision medicine and the Women's Cardiovascular Health Initiative, I think, will be our future.
Our precision medicine program, which is a way that we're going to take all of the big data and integrate it and then leverage it to do better predictive modeling to get people out of trouble sooner and help prevent cardiovascular disease, which I think is going to be really key in the future. Much of the work that we've done in the past has been on men, and we're now finding that the treatments that we studied in men and apply to women don't work as well. And that leads to our Women's Cardiovascular Initiative. We're planning to start a specialized clinic that will take the very best data that we get from our precision medicine program and integrate it into patient care in the clinic to make our women in the community safe and give them the best possible treatments for their cardiovascular disease. We've made enormous advances over the last 50 years in cardiovascular care in so many different ways. We can replace a heart valve through a small catheter and a wire, and people can go home the next day. We have pills now that can make you live years and years longer when you have diabetes and heart failure. So there's all kinds of amazing advances, but we have a lot more work to do.
Alvin and Mona, they were the first people at this hospital, the Foothills, to give a transformational gift. Alvin just got up and he said, "I'm giving $15 million. Follow suit." And that was that. So he always led by example.
The Institute has been able to raise some $90 million in addition to the Libin donations over the last 20 years. That wouldn't have been possible without that philanthropy in the city.
Philanthropy drives 97% of our budget. For every dollar we get from a community donor, we are able to double, triple, quadruple that with external funding from outside agencies and outside grants. We can play a big role in the community, and if we want the very best cardiovascular care for our friends and family, that we all have to pitch in and help.
Heart disease is the #1 killer globally, and the burden on our healthcare system is very large. And we want to close that gap and enhance the quality of life for people that do suffer from heart disease. And we can't do it without the support of our community. So please join us and help us shape the future of cardiovascular care.